Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. Happy Halloween, meow, I'm a cat. Welcome back to my channel. So, you can see I'm in uniform and I'm on the plane, which is something you almost never see, right? Our social media policy allows us to wear our uniform, but really not our wings or our lanyard, so that you can't easily identify the airline. But if you don't know who I fly for right now, you're not doing your research. So, hi, we are on day 2 of a 3-day trip I picked up. Day 1, super easy, 2 legs, Vegas to Dallas, Dallas to Fort Lauderdale. The first leg, we had 2 people on their OEs, which is the final step in becoming a flight attendant. I think they both passed. They were pretty good. And then the next leg, nothing happened. Really nice. But we did have to fly around a pretty nasty storm, so it added about 40 minutes to a very short flight. Our layover was about 10 hours, maybe, a little tiny bit more. Just enough time to eat and try to sleep. I tried every trick in the book, and I maybe got 3 hours of sleep. I had just a series of nightmares that literally woke me up in my sleep, from my sleep. So I'm a little sleepy, but I'm fully caffeinated right now, so no problems there. Today we're supposed to fly on a 321. I'm lead. We're flying from Fort Lauderdale to Newark, but there is some sort of weather system going through there, and so we have a 2-hour ground delay. Our pilots could potentially time out, of course. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we've got a couple hours to hang out on the aircraft. So I figured I would just stop and say hi to you guys. And something I don't think I've ever shown you before is give you an idea of what our required items are to actually fly a trip. So I'm going to gather my required items and give you a little tour of what those are. Okay, I will see you in a second. Alright, so these are 2 items that are required. First, this is the white card here is my work badge. That's my ID. I flipped it backwards because, you know, for safety and security, I don't want my work ID to be floating around the internet. A flashlight is a required item. We have to have a flashlight at all times. I used to have like a mag light, like a serious little mini flashlight in my pocket, but it was really awkward in my pocket. No jokes. So this is a little one that my airline happened to give me, but you can buy the same exact one at Walmart for like $2. My ID, I got the ID holder at on Amazon for like $5, and this has been hugely helpful. I don't know, I believe it is compliant. Most people carry around those little clear plastic pouches, but this one allows me to put my work badge, my FAA card, my KCM card, all sorts of stuff. My pairing, I slip my pairing inside here, my printout. So this badge holder has been tremendously useful for me, and it was like $5 on Amazon. I'll try to find my past purchase and put a link below. I love this badge holder. So that is a required item, my ID and a flashlight. Alright, some other things that are required. This is my passport. I have it inside a little RFID sleeve to stop people from just scanning it. Maybe it's just my paranoia, but I used to have a little cute little passport holder, but every time I went through KCM, they'd have me take it out. So I just got this little sleeve. So my passport required, even if we're not flying internationally. But say, for example, we're flying into Hartford or Plattsburgh or wherever, and we have to divert into Canada for some reason. I need to have my passport. I do not fly international legs. Out of Las Vegas, we don't do many, and I don't do them if I can manage it. I've only done maybe 2 legs. I mean, one to Cancun 2 times. This is our exit briefing. Now, if you can pause that, if you're going to be working for my airline, you might want to start to memorize that. But we are required to read this, as that card says, verbatim. Now, I've memorized this, but we have to know this we have to read this verbatim as per the FAA, I don't know if this is every airline, but this is something that is required that we actually carry now. Again, I've memorized this, so it's no problem for me, but I have to have it on my person. So if I were to be audited, they would look for this card as well. Let's see, what else? Oh yes, my device. So this is our device. It's an iPad mini that is filthy. Look at the screen. It's an iPad mini. In the past, we had a Galaxy Note 3, which is just ridiculous. So this is a better sized device for me to actually read. This is what we have our flight attendant manual on. It's also what we use to ring up purchases on board the aircraft. So that is a required item. It has to be charged to at least 90% at the beginning of each day. If it's below 90%, we are not compliant, and we have to get a paper copy of our flight attendant manual from a gate agent or something. And that is something like 800 pages on, 8.5 by 11 paper. So not something I want to carry around. So you want to make sure your device is charged to 90% every day, the beginning of every day. And another required item, a watch with a second hand. Now this is an Invicta. I'm not sure if you can even see the face. It's an Invicta watch. It's an automatic, so that I don't have to change or worry about the battery. Because once a battery dies on a watch, the watch is dead to me, because I always forget to change it. But I like this watch. It's got a yellow face that matches my uniform. Yes, so we need a watch with a second hand. In the event that we have to have, if there's an evacuation, we have to synchronize our watches. If we have a medical emergency and we need to take a pulse or respiration rate or something like that. So a second hand is important. I believe smartwatches are allowed. Yes, they are. Smartwatches are allowed with my airline, but not during training. So if you're going to training with my airline, pick up a regular watch, because you cannot wear a smartwatch to training. But a watch is required with a second hand. Alright, so I asked my friend Molly if there's anything I was missing, and she reminded me. We are required to carry an extra flashlight, just in case the first one goes out. And we're required to carry this. It's our proxy card, which is how we get into some of our crew rooms. So I just swipe this against the door. And something I forgot until just now is we have to have our device, right? It's called our electronic flight bag device. But we're also required to have a power block to charge it and a cable. Those are required items as well. Something that's nice to have but not required, I don't think, is our KCM card, which allows us to go through flight attendant security. It's a lot easier, and it's a blessing. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that. And also, well, you want to have your ID with you, a second form of ID, especially if you're traveling non-rev. That's not required. And I don't think it's required to have your FAA card, which looks like, do I have it? I do. Let me grab it. It looks like, let me cover my information. Looks like this. It's upside down, but that's what it looks like. It's a very official looking card that says that I am qualified as a flight attendant. I don't think it's required, but it's nice to have. Some airlines require it as, if you want a non-rev, you have to have that, whatever. That is a list of our required items, and that is it. So I will probably finish this video here. If I do, fly safe, of course. If anything happens interesting about this ground delay, I will add that to this video and finish it up there. So if this video continues, you'll know something happened. Otherwise, fly safe. I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, hi. So flash forward to the future. I made it to Newark, finally. We had a 2-hour plus delay in Fort Lauderdale because of the weather up around here in Newark, but we finally got here. I shot over, well, I wouldn't say shot because I'm barely walking upright. I'm so tired. I went over to the mall across the street to walk around for a little while, so I wasn't too tempted to just fall asleep too early. I did grab a bite to eat at Moe's. This is what I'm going to be eating in a minute. It weighs like 3 pounds. It better because it cost me like $12. and then I'm going to hit the sheets and go to bed. My coworkers are taking the 5 o'clock shuttle. I'm sorry the camera's all wobbly. My coworkers are taking the 5 o'clock shuttle. We have a 5:29, 5:28 show. But that is cutting it way too close for my comfort. So I told them I'm taking the 4:30 a.m. shuttle because, you know, if I'm randomly selected for an extra search or whatever, I just don't want to show up to the gate too late. So I told them I'm taking the 4:30 shuttle. And I think that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you have any other questions about required items or whatever, certainly leave a comment below, and I will talk to you later. Fly safe. Bye.